So if I shift it back, it now lands at about the 4.5 inch mark, which means... What's going on, guys? We got another video here for you today. Today we're actually going to be installing this. It's a little package I got. It's a short throw shifter for the Toyota Celica. All right, so we're just going to pull the car out to the front of the garage, and then we're going to open the box. I'll show you the components inside, and we're going to get to changing this shift now. So let's do it. In fact, I might even give you guys a demonstration of how long the stock shift throw really is, because it's pretty long. And then I'll measure out the short throw and show you guys how long that is. So here's what I'm gonna do for you guys. I'm gonna take the existing shifter here, and I've got a ruler, and I'm gonna put it up next to show you exactly how long the throw is for the stock shifter of the Toyota Celica. And then I'll do the same thing after I install the short shifter and show you guys that. And so what I'll do is I'll just put it right here. You can see the shift knob kind of, the center of it hits about the 8 inch mark. And I'm gonna push the clutch in. Here, watch me pull it back. So we got from what looks like 8 inches to about 4 inches. You got about 4 inches of travel from the top of this shift point. Now, if you have aftermarket shift knob or something that's maybe taller, is going to be different, and the way you hold it's going to be different, but this is pretty much stock from the top of the shift point. Okay, nice. The short shifter I bought is the Monkey Wrench Racing short shifter. What is this? Do they always add Swedish fish? Why? I mean, I like it, but I mean, why? Like, okay. Not complaining. All right, here are the components for the short shifter. We have what looks to be, yes, the riser kind of things. So this should actually be the shifter itself. So let's open these up. All right, so here are the components. We have the actual short shift mechanism here. Pretty cool, nice stuff, feels good. We have the risers. Nice. Okay, and we have various bolts and washers. So let's get in the process of changing out this short shifter. Okay, so let's begin by removing the old shift knob and the cigarette lighter, if you have one still. Toss that bad boy in there. Get rid of that. It's just a little adapter thing. All right, guys, next you want to lift up your glove compartment, or whatever this is called. And then in here, you're gonna pull up the carpet, and there will be two 10mm bolts in here that you're gonna have to undo. So let me try and get this up. All right, guys, see that? Two 10mm bolts, you're just gonna pull those out. All right, guys, once you have those bolts loosened, you can kind of just leave them in there, and you just wanna grab this and go bam, and just pull it up, and it'll all come loose like this. And you can kind of just pull it out like that. I've got change in there, that's what that rattling sound was. And then you disconnect the little cigarette holder thing, and you can pull this entire piece up. All right, guys, once you get that out, you're gonna see a few Phillips head screws. One's right here, another one's right there, and then there's one over here, and then one over here. You just wanna take those ones out, okay? All right, guys, so once you unclipped the window switch that goes right here, what you'll notice down here is that there are these little screw tabs way down in there, like right there. If it'll focus on this. That would be cool if it could focus on. There we go. Damn it. There are these little screw tabs in the sides here that you can access from the outside. So we're gonna unscrew them. So there's one on this side on the bottom. There's one over here on the passenger side. So once you unscrew those, you should be able to pull this whole like center console thing out. All right, guys, so now that we have the center console out, we're gonna start next by either, you guys can vacuum if you want to. I probably will later. But we're gonna start by removing these 12mm bolts. There's one there, there's one under here, under that wiring harness thing. There's one here and one there. And the reason we do that is so we can replace these metal kind of bushing things, these metal like lifters under there, and make it stiffer to shift. All right, so once you guys get those out, those little rubber grommets or whatever that's in there, you're gonna have to get like a flathead screwdriver or something and pry those out. This thing will now move around a little bit, so you can maneuver it to get those little rubber grommets off. All right, guys, so once you have those little rubber grommets out, you should do it on each side. There's gonna be 4 of them. You're gonna notice that inside here, in here, you see that little housing in there? It's got clips that hold in the existing shifter. You're gonna wanna move those clips away from that little metal ball bearing so you can get it out, okay? So let's do that. All right guys, so once you get this part all free and away from that little ball socket in there, and once your existing shifter is flaccid, what you're gonna wanna do is take a thin, kind of like a screwdriver or something, and just punch out this pin in here. All right guys, so after you remove that pin, this should be able to wiggle around. And you're gonna notice on this side, there's a little, what looks like a washer. You just wanna pop this off of this bolt right here, and then we can remove the actual assembly. All right guys, once you remove that little washer, you'll be able to pull out this entire L assembly right here. All right guys, so once you slide out that L piece and pull up on that plastic, that'll come off. And then you can take out the stock shifter mechanism here. The next thing you're gonna wanna do though is take these little plastic pieces off. You can do that either with a like a crescent wrench, an adjustable one, or maybe some pliers or something like that to just push from the outside, because we're gonna have to reuse those. And then you're just gonna want to pop them on in the same fashion on the new one. All right guys, so once you have those little plastic tabs now on the new, this one's kind of stiff for some reason, I'll have to lube everything up, but once you have those little plastic tabs on this thing, then you're gonna want to just essentially reverse all the steps, okay? You're gonna stick this one in and start by clipping in the bottom, and then you're gonna clip this side one in here, and then you're gonna clip this side plastic tab into here once you put that back in, and remember to put this little plastic piece over it. All right guys, so one last thing to keep in mind is these metal risers. Essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna use these top point little riser things. You're gonna stick them underneath where all these little 12mm bolts went that you took out, right? So you stick them underneath there, and then the kit also comes with these longer bolts and washers. You're gonna use these to bolt them down into the car, and that just makes your shifts really crisp and smooth, so the plastic isn't wiggling around or anything if you shift hard. If you need to, just go back to each step and do it that way until you hit the beginning, and then at the end, once I have this all put together, I'll do another measuring clip to show you guys exactly how short this really makes it. What is happening, guys? Day 2 of the short shifter install. It got pretty dark outside when I was trying to film the video for how long that short throw shift is, but today it's light, it's a new day. I just wanted to get that short shifter in real quick. All right guys, so fun fact, the reason why I jump cut to right here in the car and I didn't show you the car exterior yet is actually because I got some awesome wheels that are on the car that I wanted to save for a future video and put this one out first. So I'm gonna do like a full edit for the wheels, super cool stuff, do a lot of really cool filming, different techniques and all that stuff. And I didn't want to give you guys like a sneak peek of the wheels, because then it would just give it all away. But for now we got the short shifter. I had everything put back together. And remember to lube everything up with either like white lithium grease or something like that. Just all the metal components, so you're not getting squeaks or anything like that, and it's a little smoother to shift, so don't worry about that. So right now what I'm gonna do is actually measure this short shift out for you so you can see how much shorter it actually makes it. So if I tilt you guys down here, you can see the short shifter is now installed. I think it looks way better just because it's not up here. It used to be like way up here, and it was kind of weird, and it would get in the way of all these controls and stuff here in the center console. So I'm gonna stick the ruler right here, and I'm going to show you where the shifter lands between two gears, front and back. And we'll get an idea for the amount of inches you save for shifting with a short shifter instead of the stock shifter. So as you can see right here, the top of the shifter, the center of it where I measured last time, hits about the 7-inch mark. Like right about here on the ruler. Okay, now if I shift it back, it's pretty short. It feels way shorter than stock. Way shorter than stock. So if I shift it back, it now lands at about the 4.5-inch mark, which means you go from a travel of 4 inches, which was from like 8 all the way to 4, all the way here, to about 2.5 inches, just between here. You may not think that makes much of a difference, but trust me, it really, really does. In just normal driving, you'll tell it's stiffer because you have less leverage. So you may want to get like a weighted shift knob, which I've actually got a video about coming soon too. I've got tons of upgrades to this car just coming out. So subscribe for more content if you guys are looking for cool Celica stuff or just car stuff in general. Please like and subscribe. But Yeah, it's gonna be stiff if you don't have a weighted shift knob, so it would probably benefit you to get one. But we'll do that in another video. Honestly, it's really stiff. It's really stiff. It'll take a while to break in, I think, but it's like really stiff. It's almost difficult to get into reverse, because reverse you have to kind of jam in there. But the reason we're actually gonna go wash the car is because I want to get it ready for that wheel edit. But even just shifting around normally, you can tell it's way shorter, it's way crisper. It feels more solid when you clunk it into a gear. And that, I think, is part of the reason why they give you those little metal bushings, right? But overall, it feels way more direct into gear. When you're shifting, you will know when you're in gear and you will know when you're neutral, because with less leverage means you get more tactile feel. And by the way, I think I know why Monkey Wrench Racing gives you those Swedish fish, because they know how much of a pain in the ass it is to change this shifter out. The process itself is not that difficult, it's really not that bad, but the issue comes when you just don't have the right tools to do it, right? Like punching. Remember when I said you had to punch that little pin out to get that white plastic housing up? Well, there's a little like a rubber ring in there that seals the ball bearing for the new shifter down with that white housing. I put on that white housing and replaced that pin without putting that little circular holder down back in there. So I had to take it out again, and that pin would not come out. It took me probably an extra hour and a half just to get that pin out. So make sure you remember where everything goes, and if you need help, please comment, let me know. I will be glad to help you guys. I was able to do it just fine, it works fine, but it just took longer than it needed to because I didn't follow the steps in reverse order. So if you guys need help, just let me know, I'd be glad to help you. Either way guys, that'll be pretty much it for this video. Installing many short shifters on the Celica is pretty much the same process. But the next thing we're gonna do shifter wise is get a weighted shift knob. I'll show you how I put it on here and if it feels any different to me, because I've never actually used a weighted shift knob, but I've heard great things about it. So I'm excited to actually try it and see if it makes a difference. Like, as much as I love my red carbon fiber one here, it's pretty light, right? And it doesn't make good for shifting too easily with a short throw. And I'm looking forward to trying a new one anyway, so it'll be fun. Either way, I will see you guys in the next video with the wheels. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you out. Please remember to like and subscribe. I've got plenty more videos coming for not really just the Celica, actually more cars, more car meets and stuff like that. And if you have any ideas for videos, please let me know and I will be glad to go and do those for you guys. I have a lot of fun making these. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.